Jane Austen, one of the most anonymous and mysterious women of all times. Her first novel published was anonymous, and so were many after. So why not keep the tradition going? So ladies and gentlemen, this video is brought to you by... Any guesses? Nope? Okay. Anonymous 101. Original, right? Anyway, let's get into it. Over a century ago, Emily Dickinson said that there is no frigate like a book to take us lands away. And it's true. When we pick up a book or turn on the TV or even watch a movie, we are carried away down the currents of stories into a world of imagination. And when we land on a shore that is both new and familiar, something strange happens. Stepping onto the shore, we are changed. We don't retrace the footsteps of the authors or characters we followed here. No. Instead, we walk a mile in their shoes. Researchers in numerous fields such as psychology and neuroscience are finally starting to get quantifiable data showing what readers and writers have always seemed to know. That stories have a unique ability to change a reader's perspective by extracting their understanding of what the author conceptualizes. They have the ability to shape us, to shape the world around us. Much of what we believe about life comes not from fact, but from fiction. Our ideas about class, marriage, and even gender equality are all weaved into the tapestry of books throughout history. Reading stories can be an escape from real life, a window into another world. But have you ever considered how fictional experiences might change our perspective on real everyday life? How these fictional pieces of art shape our understanding of the world and make space for them within our worlds? Stories are what educate us, and to explore more about the way novels shape our understanding of the world, let's take a look into Jane Austen's novel, Persuasion. Persuasion is the last fully completed novel by Jane Austen. It was published at the end of 1817, 6 months after her death. The story revolves around a young English woman by the name of Anne Elliot, who was 27 years old and whose family is moving houses to lower their expenses. They rent their home to an admiral and his wife. The wife's brother, Navy Captain Frederick Wentworth, had been engaged to Anne in 1806, and now they meet again, both single, after 7 long years. This sets the scene for the novel to progress. In Persuasion, Austen explores the effects of women in submission to authority and the renunciation of one's life story. 7 years before the novel begins, Anne Elliot had been persuaded to renounce her romance with Captain Wentworth, but this decision sickened her by turning her into a non-entity. Forced into knowing her own nothingness, Anne is a nobody with either father or sister, so her word has no weight. An invisible observer who tends to fade into the background, she is frequently afraid to move lest she should be seen. Having lost the bloom of her youth, she is but a pale vestige of what she had been, and realizes that her lover should not have known her again. Their relationship now is nothing. Anne Elliot is the ghost of her own dead self. Through her, Austen portrays a personality haunted with a sense of menace. Jane Austen's influence in changing values has been extensive since the release of her novels in 1795. Her application of free indirect discourse grants her the freedom to shift between her own perspective and that of her character, Anne's. Austen applies heavy juxtaposition between Sir Walter's vanity and Anne's elegance and mind and sweetness of character. One of the most fundamental characters Jane Austen introduces in this novel is Sir Walter. Sir Walter is a highly judgmental individual who provides respect to others based on their social hierarchy. Much like the Queen, who's only going to talk to you if you have a couple of $1 million up your sleeve or, have a classy uptight last name. Sir Walter's narcissistic character and tendency to be biased towards people only proves this much further. This is expressively evident in the quote he considered the blessing of beauty as inferior only to the blessing of earth's baronetcy. Through indirect discourse, Jane Austen depicts her own impressions towards Sir Walter and describes his as vain. This importance and passion for social norms and hierarchies is what makes him reject Captain Wentworth for marrying Anne. Because fictional stories tap into our emotions, their effects can often have deep impacts on us as individuals and as society. Although Jane Austen's work is deeply influenced by 18th century literature, especially fiction, she breaks the mold provided by her ancestors to form the basis of modern-day views such as women empowerment. Austen picks up the themes of earlier novels and in turn reimagines the novel as a genre. She reworks the notions of society and creates a pathway for change through her novels. Novels, until they exist, will always reflect societal views and perceptions and will always make way for new ideologies.